Ready? All right. Order in the courtyard. Order in the courtyard. I now call this wedding to order. Gregory Ross Eisinger, you have been charged with falling deeply in love with Ms. Caitlin Page Trickovic. How do you...
Guilty? Guilty, yeah.
Caitlin Page Trickovic. You have been charged with falling deeply in love with Greg Eisinger. How do you plead?
Guilty.
That's a good start. Thank you. My name is Dennis Eisinger, and I've been asked to officiate this marriage between Caitlin Page Trikovec and Gregory Ross Eisinger. And they will regret it. No, not the marriage, the fact that you asked me to officiate it. Gregory and Caitlin, a little closer here. That's good, right? I promise I've not been around anyone with Corona, at least a day or two. This is your wedding evening. Sharing this wonderful occasion with you in your backyard in Cooper City, in person, are Debbie Eisinger, also known as Nanny, Easton, Delilah, and Zoe.
I'm not Zoe, she's Zoe.
I knew that. You're wearing very similar dresses, so I got confused. Very beautiful dresses. Also with us is David, the party planner, and Mr. Picciardo, our AV specialist, who's allowing this to happen so it could be live streamed. So online through the live feed, we have many of Caitlin and Gregory's friends and relatives from all across the country. This includes, but certainly not limited to, Caitlin's mom and dad from Alabama, Scott Martin.
Love you guys.
Kathleen, possibly Caitlin's other dad from North Carolina, Carlton Rouse.
Love you, Dad.
Gregory's Grammy and Pop from Boynton Beach, Howard and Izzy Weiss.
Love you, Grammy.
Love you, Grammy.
Possibly Caitlin's Mama and Papa from Alabama.
Love you, Mama, Papa.
Love you, Mama,
And Gregory's brother and sister-in-law from Atlanta, Andrew and Stephanie Eisinger.
We love you guys.
Love you, Uncle Drew and Steph.
For the record today, we've already introduced Easton, Delilah, and Zoe. Easton is the best man and ring bearer. Delilah is maiden of honor and ring bearer. And Zoe is also maiden of honor and the flower girl. And I'm officiating this ceremony as a notary public because no one else would come here given the circumstances of the pandemic. But more importantly, Gregory and Caitlin love me quite a bit, and I love them dearly.
We love you too.
This is truly, truly my honor. But how can I do this when Gregory is my son? Is that allowed? Well, in 1992, just for the record, so I'll make sure this is all official. Florida Attorney General Bob Butterworth issued a formal opinion, which is presently still the law, stating that notaries can in fact marry people in Florida, even if related blood, because the notary is just solemnizing the marriage. I knew Bob Butterworth. He was a good guy, good attorney, and knew his mother, Mrs. Butterworth, syrup. So I have, you like that, mother? So I've known Gregory a long time, actually his whole life. He was born in North Miami Beach, and he and family moved to Cooper City on April 1st, 1990. That was exactly 30 years from today. Nanny and I, Debbie and I, had the privilege of raising him and his brother in Cooper City. I enjoyed many, many events with Gregory over the time his growing up, including, but not limited to, T-ball games. His first T-ball game I remember well, all school graduations, ultimately from University of Florida and then Nova Law School, his bar mitzvah. And I also had the privilege of swearing him in as an attorney to the Florida bar approximately 8 or 9 years ago. And now it's also my distinct honor to be able to practice law with Gregory in our law firm in Hollywood. And Caitlin Trikovec, affectionately known as Caitlia in family circles, was born and raised in Ohatchee, Alabama. Needless to say, she was not bat mitzvah. Though that's a couple of them. He's told me to, say a couple of funny things.
Oh, so you're doing great. I love it. You're killing it.
Though I've only known Caitlin for 2 years, I feel like I've known her for her whole life. She is a beautiful, vibrant, and brilliant young lady who's exceedingly loving, caring, and well-versed in so many subjects. probably learned from her experience in various diverse places where she's Alabama, North Carolina, New York, Peru, Florida. She's an animal activist, environmentalist, great cook, camping aficionado. She's very good at cooking, at camping. A boater and so much more. Debbie and I love her dearly. And Gregory and Caitlin, three wonderful children, Easton and Delilah, who are both nearly 8 years old, and Zoe, who is about 5.5. They are our treasures in life, as they are certainly as grandparents to all three of them, certainly obviously to Caitlin and Gregory as well. And I'd be remiss if I also didn't mention, because of Caitlin in particular's love of animals, that they have many, many, many pets, including a dog, 2 cats, 3 ducks, fish, 2 birds, and many, many praying mantises.
But they're almost all dead.
Well, just the praying mantises. The rest of them are still doing very well. A special shout out to Cozy the dog, Pikachu and Oreo, the Oriental cats, and the ducks whose names are Meep, Debbie, and Willard. Okay, so Gregory and Caitlin met on an airplane exactly 2 years ago, interestingly enough, April 1st of 2018, and it was absolutely love at first flight. Sight flight. Okay. Gregory was visiting. I know, it's the first time
Yes, yes, someone to laugh at his jokes.
Right, that's it. Finally, that's why I want her in the family. She's the first one. All right, anyway, Gregory was visiting his brother in Atlanta, and Caitlin and daughter Delilah were visiting family in Alabama. They were coincidentally seated next to each other, and they've been inseparable ever since.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Diego, Carlos.
So before I administer, though, the matrimonial oath, I want to share a couple of thoughts of mine. I was thinking today, or earlier this week, that if I could read the minds of those people who are here in attendance physically, what would their thoughts be? So here goes. This is my interpretation of what their thoughts would be relative to today. So Delilah would be thinking, this wedding is all because of me. If I wouldn't have told my mom on that plane 2 years ago that she should speak to the guy sitting next to us because he's cute and because he has 2 kids about my age, today would have never happened. True?
She just said that to me a few minutes ago. Oh my god.
I didn't know that.
Thank you, Delilah.
Easton and Zoe, you'd be thinking, we love our birth mommy very, very much, but are also so lucky to have Caitlin live with us and take care of us the way she does. She loves us so much, we love her so much, and she is our mommy too.
That's true.
Oh.
That is awesome.
And Nanny, Debbie, she'd be thinking,
Don't cry.
Try not to.
this is a wonderful day, and I'm so, so, so glad and thrilled that Gregory and Caitlin are getting married. But as importantly, I want more rents. And Gregory, you'd be thinking, the world is doomed because of the virus, but the shining light of my life is Caitlin and our 3 kids. So even if the world is going to end, I want to first marry my best friend and lover, Caitlin. And Caitlin, you're thinking, I too want nothing more than to formally unite our family of 5 by marrying Gregory. So sure about that sodomizing thing that you said before. I mean, I do love my animals, and especially my duck Meep. I wouldn't do anything like that with him.
Meep, I hope you hear this.
Okay, in all seriousness,
That's where you're gonna draw the whole seriousness.
Mom, imagine if randomly Meep just walks down the
yeah, that would be
That would be
a
perfect.
good trick, yes. In all seriousness, this is a wonderful day despite the distractions of our world. The wedding was scheduled for this coming Saturday in Orlando as a party at a house there. And obviously because of the pandemic that cannot happen. But we will overcome it all, and we will actually be stronger and smarter as a result of the experience. And getting married during this pandemic is like saying, go to hell, you stinky coronavirus. We will beat you soon and you'll be gone. But the love between Gregory and Lynn will live on forever. All right, so I've actually heard and seen enough to have determined on behalf of the court and myself that there's sufficient evidence to accept your pleas of guilty here, that you have fallen deeply in love, and therefore I will, in matrimonial oath, as it is my determination that you shall be bonded together for life. So, Gregory, you take Caitlin Trikovich to be your lawfully wedded wife and partner, to have and to Caitlin from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish her till death do you part, or possibly even longer than that. Okay, Caitlin, do you take Gregory Eisinger to be your lawfully wedded husband and partner, to have and to hold Gregory from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish her till death do you part, or possibly even longer than that?
Don't April Fool me.
Don't mess up my April Fools.
Oh.
No, yes. Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna ask our ring bearers, Easton and Delilah, to come up and give the rings that you're holding
you go.
to your respective parents here.
Love you, baby.
Okay.
Thanks, sweetie. Love you.
Okay, so Gregory, please repeat after me. With this ring,
With ring,
I wed,
I thee wed.
with all of my body,
With all of my body,
I thee worship,
I thee worship.
and with all of my worldly goods.
And with all of my worldly goods.
And Caitlin, please repeat. With this ring,
With this ring,
I be wed,
I thee wed.
with all of my body,
With all of my
I,
I thee worship,
and with all of my worldly goods.
and with all of my worldly goods.
Okay, and, really never done this before, but I presume you put the rings on now?
I think we can do that.
Let's do that. Ooh.
Ching.
I did forget something very important, very, very important for this includes. Is there anyone here who has any objection to the marriage of Gregory and Caitlin?
Me.
And I don't want to hear a peep out of that meep. The duck's name was Meep. Okay. Then, in accordance with the authority vested in me by the state of Florida, I now pronounce you as husband and wife. You may kiss each other now.
Lilia.
Love you.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Lilia.
And
Can
one,
you send this to me so I could send it to
Yes.
you?
Yes,
We will
Delilah,
send it to
I'll send you the
you,
wedding that you are attending. Look, there's Meep and there's Willard and Debbie.
oh, I didn't want to join us. We have one more last thing to do.
Okay.
One more last thing to do. This is a Jewish tradition about breaking glass as a sign of breaking the glass as good luck for your whole life together. And there's
Maybe I'll
glass in
have
here. And Gregory. Make sure this works this time. There we go.
All right.
There we go.
I think it broke. Yeah. Ah.
Hold on. Listen, kids, come on. It's not over.
A nanny speech?
A nanny speech.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
thank you, Zoe.
So first of all, Mazel tov, Mazel tov, Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Okay, and this is not a nanny speech yet. Children, come on up and join us. Oh, they're getting. No. To you kids, okay. In
Thank
all
you, Zoe.
seriousness, there are some, as we know, there's a lot of people who are not able to join us here at the wedding tonight, and there are people who actually love to say a few words and toast to you. So joining us at this moment from Atlanta would be Uncle Drew and Aunt Stephanie have a toast to share with you. So if you two would direct yourselves right over here, and there's just a little bit of a lag time. So it is going to, the screen's going to come on, and Uncle Drew and Aunt Stephanie are going to say a few words. So Gregory, you walk over here. And it will just take a moment, but they're going to be joining you to say a few words. So I think there's a 20-second left. And now you guys are quiet.
Yeah, we're all quiet.
Oh.
All right, folks.
Uh-oh.
And 1, 2.
Uncle Drew and Stephanie!
Oh, they're over there. They'll come in. Oh, okay.
Uncle Drew!
There they are.
Uncle Drew! Uncle Drew, say hi.
All right, he's going to talk to
Hey,
everybody.
Zoe, it's 20 seconds delay, so.
Uncle Drew!
Hey. All right. So, hey, first, I really just wanted to reflect on this beautiful ceremony and marriage between Greg and Caitlin. The coronavirus pandemic has obviously had a devastating impact on the world, and some people out there have really been dealt a bad hand, you know, whether they're fighting for their life against the virus, or they're struggling to survive without a paycheck, or they've just been unable to leave home for several weeks. I know that each and every one of you, or one of us, have been feeling the impact in some shape or fashion. But in light of it all, you know, we must live and go on. And with that, I really admire Greg and Caitlin for not letting this situation bring them down. I'm proud of them for continuing this beautiful wedding and bringing joy into all our lives, especially during these difficult times. And especially Dennis, also known as Pop, who just officiated beautifully. So as Pop said earlier, you know, they moved the wedding date up a few days to today, April 1st, because this was obviously a very special day to them both. And no, not because it's April Fool's Day. We all know Caitlin is the queen of pranks, but because this was the day they met exactly 2 years ago. Greg had been in Atlanta that weekend visiting me and Aunt Stephanie, and Caitlin and Delilah were in Alabama visiting their family. I remember dropping Greg off at the airport that Sunday, and I was surprised to see him calling me so quickly upon landing. I thought maybe he left a pair of socks or underwear that he wanted me to mail back to him in Florida. But no, he called to tell me that he met a woman on the airplane and he was in love. I swear he said it that day that he was in love. By sheer chance, he was seated right next to Caitlin, the woman of his dreams, and her amazing daughter, Delilah Magnolia. I remembered he sounded more and more excited and giddy as the conversation continued. In particular, I remember him saying, "She's unbelievably beautiful. She's such an incredible mom. Her daughter, Delilah, is so sweet and well-behaved." And he was so excited Delilah was the same age as Easton. And I watched their love grow, continue to grow over the last few years. And I've watched the family grow together too. You would naturally expect there to be growing pains when two families combine like theirs did. But that just wasn't the case. It wasn't just Greg and Caitlin who were a perfect match. It was Caitlin and Easton, Caitlin and Zoe, Greg and Delilah, Zoe and Delilah, and of course, Easton and Delilah. And I say this on behalf of Aunt Stephanie as well. We're so lucky to have Caitlin and Delilah in our lives too.
We love you guys.
So wherever everyone is today, I know everyone's watching from all over the world, but if you have a drink in front of you, if you could just stand up, you know, raise a glass. I'd like to propose a toast not only to the beautiful marriage of Greg and Caitlin, but to the entire beautiful family of Greg, Caitlin, Easton, Delilah, and Zoe. And Stephanie and I love you all very much.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
Love you guys too.
Love you guys. You're in your boxers, Uncle Drew.
Love you guys.
You're in your boxers.
That's so good.
Turn your real pants.
At least you're wearing boxers. Let's be thankful for that.
So there's another guest. From Alabama. Grand and
People.
they are here
We
to
can be
make
there. We're so
the
sorry that everything is going on in the world that kept us away. But we've got a few words to say to you. We love you both so much. Who could have ever believed that exactly 2 years ago, two stars would collide and put you both
Everyone,
on the
join
trajectory
us.
that would change your lives, your children's lives, and your
Grandpa.
family's lives forever.
Why so we can hear them?
We love you both so much. We feel so blessed to have Greg, Easton, Joey, and all of your family as part of our lives.
We look forward to this next chapter in all our future. We wish for you the love that we share for each other.
And Greg, we want you to know,
No
backseat.
Here's to you guys. We love you so much.
Love you guys.
Love you.
We're here.
Bye, guys.
Is he on the Drews in his boxers?
People, I hope you're wearing masks.
Uncle Drew wasn't.
all right. The wedding's not over.
What?
So Manny gets to speak.
Go sit down. You three.
Why?
Why? Gregory and Caitlin. I got to officiate,
Dad.
made a couple of comments. So, we all know the saying. At first glance. But take the time to analyze and dissect it, particularly when it's so intricate and sophisticated, such as the book of Caitlin. Needless to say, when Dennis and I first met Caitlin, because we talked about when you two met, but when we first met you, we were caught off guard. Our first encounter occurred late one evening after returning home from dinner with friends. Caitlin and Gregory were standing by the kitchen sink just chatting. I stood speechless. Hard to believe. Something that doesn't happen to me too often. The next morning, Gregory called us just to let us know, Mom, don't worry. We just met on a plane, went out for drinks. That's probably the end of it. I let Gregory know. Gregory, I'm not worried. I said, I've never passed judgment on anybody that you brought home. And I've always said to you, if you're happy, I'm happy. As we celebrate this unique and beautiful wedding ceremony of Caitlia and Gregory, I want to share my interpretation of the cover of the book called Caitlin.
Oh no.
It's intriguing, captivating, and mysterious. It's a bestseller. The magnificent beauty of the cover penetrates deep into the pages. Caitlin has a smile, as everyone can see, that just exudes with happiness. The beauty and glow to those eyes reveals her love of life and a streak of wildness that is certain to keep a reader asking for more. Her body, covered in ink, as we all know, no surprise, is there to tell the world, I keep no secrets. What you see is what you get. So says Caitlin to me all the time. And what you do get is love, compassion, and an incredible desire to enjoy life and share this enjoyment with others. You get someone who embraces others for who they are and finds the good and the special talents in the people that she loves. You get someone who gives her heart and soul to provide her loved ones with joy and happiness. You get pure honesty. Caitlin is sincere with her feelings. She has a cocoon of loved ones and stays clear of superficial relationships. She's a woman of many talents and extremely intelligent. Gregory, Easton, Delilah, and Zoe, you are the luckiest people in the world to be able to live in the same household with Caitlin. There is never a dull moment. She is full of surprises, ongoing life lessons, challenges that keep you asking for more, as well as sincere and honest love. With Caitlin around, I'm certain your lives will always be filled with adventure, happiness, and countless exciting journeys. I only ask on behalf of Pops and I that you just keep including us in some of the journeys, not all of them, but you have made such a meaningful difference in our lives as well. We are so happy to have you as part of the family. We love you guys both so dearly, and this was so beautiful tonight.
Thank you, Nanny.
Love you.
It started shaky and then
Thank you.
Love you, love you. All right.
well, with that, we will be adventuring to our honeymoon, Los Patio, possibly El Quichon. I hear cuisine is good this time of year. Thank you all for joining us. We love you. We miss you. We hope to celebrate soon in person. And
Love you guys. Thank you, everyone that did join. Mwah, mwah.
Congrats, Greg and